Greetings, everyone. Of course, we're in the world where people are talking about investments and the power of investment. I'm talking to people who may be having an income. Probably you have a monthly income. Probably you have weekly income or daily income. And probably you have money on the account, but you don't know where to invest it. And so many people have reached out to me inquiring about where they can invest their money. And of course, knowing the economic crisis which we are going through, so many people have lost out in business. And they have lost out to what I can call after COVID effects. People do not know where to invest their money. But if you are that kind of person who has money on your account and you don't know where to invest it, and probably you get an emolument at the end of the week or the month, but you don't know how to go about it in terms of investments, allow me share with you about where you can invest your money. I've followed a number of investments. The friends of mine who have invested into cars, the buying and selling of cars. Some have invested into the buying and selling of motorcycles. Some have invested into furniture shops. Some have invested into strings of salons, barber shops, opening up boutiques, going into the cement industry, bringing in goods from China. But majority of them have lost out in business. Why? Because of the inflation that is facing most countries, if not all. So what do you do as an individual if you're faced with such a crisis, yet you have some money on you? Where can you invest that land? That money. So allow me share with you something about investment. There are rules in life which I've analyzed as an individual. And this is very important. There are what we call natural rules and artificial rules. Artificial rules are those which we are set by God or by nature, meaning that they cannot be changed however much you try. And then artificial rules are those which we are set by man-made rules. And some of these rules apply even when it comes to investments. Some of these rules apply even when it comes to development. You cannot do without them. As a matter of fact, you need them if you are to soar up in the sky, if you're to make it in life. But allow me share with you one important rule. And that one is the rule of investing in God-made things. What do I mean by telling you to invest in God-made things? Of course, God-made things or natural things are things like land. That is a natural gift. The things like cows, things like goats, things which were made by God. God-made things do not lose value, my friend. Everyone is in a financial crisis, and people are selling off their land on a cheap. Literally meaning that if you have money on your account, get it out so that that money can work for you. Invest it in land. With land, you cannot go wrong. Because if you invest in land today, by tomorrow you'll be selling it at a different price. That's what I'm talking about. Even if you invest in a cow today, by tomorrow you'll be selling it at a different price. Why? Because natural things or God-made things have what we call value. But we are in a society where people have invested in man-made things. People have invested fortunes in cars. People have invested fortunes in motorcycles. They have invested fortunes in circles, fortunes in supermarkets. That is why most people are crying about the economic crisis, because they did not plan well. In this day and era, there is need for each and everyone to plan, more so when it comes to investment. Where do you invest your monies? Where do you invest your monies? And it is very, very important. With land, you cannot go wrong. Putting up rentals, you cannot go wrong. Because people, no matter whether they have jobs or not, they will need shelter. Such things are necessities of life. Invest in things which man cannot do without. Man cannot do without land. Man cannot do without food. That is why farming is a good venture, because whether people have money or not, they will need food. They will need meat. So it is good for you to invest in goats, invest in cows. Whether people have money or not, they will need medical care. Invest in that. And that is very, very important. So many people have run to me looking for business avenues. Are you sure you'll be able to pay the taxes if you bring in goods in this day and era? Where are you going to get the money to pay taxes? Where are you going to get the customers from? Because these days people prioritize on what they need. People are mindful about their expenditures. People are no longer living the pompous ways. Yes, with every general rule there is an exception. But people are alert nowadays. They are very keen on their expenditure levels. That is why you need to invest in God-given things, God-made things. Why? Because they do not lose value. How are your investments? When you invest in God-made things, such riches can be passed on to your children even when you die. You leave a name for them because of the properties you have left. They will be able to fit in somehow, somewhere. But when you leave for them cars, they will sell them off and eat the money. But when you leave for them land, they can plan for it. Of course, some may sell it, but others may plan for it. That is why you need to be very keen on where you invest your money. It's very important. It's very important, my brother. It's very important, my sister. Of course, someone may be like, I don't have money to buy land. But you can get land from anywhere within your country. It doesn't matter where the land is situated, as long as you can be able to get good title. As lawyers, we're here to help you get genuine land. Trust in some of us. I do not have an intention as to why I should fraud you. Instead, I want you to prosper. So don't you worry when it comes to getting land. Find something you do with your money, rather than spending it in bars, rather than spending it in businesses which cannot survive the test of time, businesses which are full of fraudsters. Because people out there are ready to eat your money, and they will use all ways of eating your money. That is why you need to invest wisely. Invest in things which can survive the test of time. Invest in things which do not lose value. Invest in things which are not dictated upon by the power of man, but they are dictated by the power of God or the power of nature. Be blessed as you watch.